Have you ever stopped to wonder why you're always trying to prove something? Like there's this invisible jury watching your every move, and no matter how much you achieve, it's never enough to silence that voice. What if, just what if, the thing you're working hardest to prove is the very thing that you're most afraid isn't true? One of the deepest needs of the ego isn't love, it isn't peace, it's to be right. We don't just live, we defend. We build identities, create versions of ourselves, armor made of ambition, of humor, of intellect. Anything that can shield us from the fear of being seen as less than. Therefore, we tell stories about who we are. I'm the strong one. I'm the one who always figures it out. I'm not like them. And we repeat these stories loud, quiet, subtly, subconsciously, until they become gospel. But what if it were really true? Why do we still feel like we're faking it? Therefore, every disagreement feels personal. Every rejection stings a little bit too much. Not because it's unjust, but because deep down, it's touching a nerve we haven't made peace with. And here is where it gets real. If you're constantly trying to prove a truth about yourself, there's a part of you that doesn't fully believe it yet. And that's where your shadow lives. Ask yourself, what are you trying to prove to the world about yourself? That you're unstoppable? That you're independent? That you're always in control? Take your time. Be honest. Get beneath the surface. Now ask, what is the opposite of that? What's the version of you that you've pushed away? The part you're terrified people might see. Maybe it's weakness. Maybe it's failure. Maybe it's the feeling of being forgotten, or average, or ordinary. We all have one. It's the part you avoid, the part you judge in others, the part you swore you'd never become. Now here's the hard question. Who is that person in the world? Not just the concept, but the actual people that trigger you, that bother you, that make you say, I could never be like that. Those people, those are your reflection. That is your mirror. That is your shadow. And until you face it, you'll keep trying to outrun it by proving and posturing and pretending. The ego builds walls, but the soul seeks wholeness. And wholeness doesn't mean being perfect. It means being real. The parts of you that you've rejected, they don't disappear. They live in your subconscious. They show up in your projections. They sabotage your relationships. They whisper in the quiet moments when no one's around to distract you. You see, the shadow isn't evil. It's just unheard, unseen, and unloved. And here's the irony. The freedom you crave, the peace you're chasing, it's behind the thing you've been running from. So stop. Stop trying to prove that you're not your shadow. Start listening to it. Start learning from it. What is this part of me trying to say? What does it need to feel safe again? Can I hold space for both? Can I be strong and still feel scared? Can I be confident and still admit doubt? Because healing isn't a battle where you conquer your shadow. It's a homecoming where you welcome it back into the light. The version of you you've been pretending to be is exhausting. But the version of you that you're avoiding holds your power. You are not just the curated self you show the world. You are the mess and the masterpiece, the fear and the fire, the brokenness and the becoming. So, one last time, what are you trying to prove? What if you stopped proving and just started being? Because the moment you embrace the part of you that you fear the most is the moment you start performing and start living. The answers that you've given yourself, write them down, say them out loud, become uncomfortable. That's where you'll find the treasure. The shadow only has power when you leave it in the dark.